Hi, I'm Matthew with MoveOn.org. Thank you so much for giving your time to this nationwide effort to pick up the phone and change the world. In 2006 and 2008, and many times in between, our members have called for change. We know picking up the phone can make a difference, and it works for three reasons. First, because it's fun to reach out and talk with other progressives from across the country. Second, when a real person like you takes time out of your busy life to call a stranger, it shows the importance of the task, and your commitment to this campaign will inspire more folks to participate, even if their inboxes are full. Finally, calling to activate other Move On members multiplies your impact. 1 hour can give you 20 contacts if you're just calling voters, or 200 contacts if you find 10 people willing to act, and that brings us much closer to achieving our goal. So on this call, I'm going to walk through the 4 C's of great calls so you'll have some understanding of the script you see there on the screen and leave you with a few tips before setting you off to call. You should notice 4 important components, what we like to call the 4 C's of great phone calls: connection, context, commitment, and catapult. By keeping the 4 C's in mind as you're making calls, you'll be on your way to engaging folks in real conversations that lead to action. The first C is connection. Your greeting should be warm and friendly, just like you would greet an old friend. A good way to build a connection is to ask a question and give the other person a chance to respond. This shows you're a real person and helps get them invested in the conversation. The second C is context. This is the why and how of the call. Why is this campaign or action important? And how can this person on the phone with you right now make a difference? The third C is commitment. Make a clear ask for a firm commitment. Don't beat around the bush. Because they're Move On members, assume they're interested and ready to make a difference. A not so strong ask would be, if you're interested and if you have the time, could you possibly go down to the office and maybe make a few calls? Doesn't sound very important, does it? A stronger ask is, you are on the ground and in a position to make a real impact. Will you go down to the office and make some calls? Sounds a lot more urgent. Finally, after you've made that commitment, catapult the member into action by giving them clear instructions for how to act. Now, before I set you free to call, here are 3 tips to get started. First, the length of the call should convey urgency, so move quickly and talk with as many people as possible, since this is how we're going to win this campaign. Now, the second tip is to smile when you're talking on the phone. It sounds silly, but it changes the tone of your voice and tends to put people a little more at ease. Finally, don't get discouraged. Remember, you're working with a big movement of people to get this done. So if you get a no, celebrate that another member won't have to make that call and all of us get one step closer to getting those yeses. The really easy next step is just to hop on the phone and give it a try. Thanks so much for participating in this campaign. With your help, we can strategically mobilize our fellow members to turn the tide and win progressive change for the long term. Have fun changing the world.